All right, we are back for day 2. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back here for 30 days with Lisa, and I'm rocking a brand new yellow. We're going yellow here, so we're going to bring Lisa up on in a second. If you don't know what we're doing, we created a competition here to pick one person in our CashFlow Tribe audience, and we said that we could help anybody get a deal in 30 days. So we are doing this live for a half an hour per day. Lisa was the lucky winner, and I'm super excited to see her crush this. So as you jump on here, I can see your comments. Give me a quick hello. Okay, there's a bunch of you guys already on here. Give me a quick hello. Let me know you're here. Tell me what city you're repping while I go ahead and make sure I got your, boom, got you dialed in. What city are you dialing in from here today? By the way, I'm going to do a different color every single day, so today's going to be yellow. We got Arthur in the house. What's up, Arthur? What's up? Darcy's in the house. Good to see you guys. All right, all right. What's up? Ottawa's in the house. Okay, we got Ottawa. What do we got? Yo, yo, yo. Canadians, what city you from? Vincent, rocking it from Ottawa. Darcy, Ottawa. Arthur, Calgary. All right, without further ado, let's jump right into it. By the way, we only have half an hour a day, so put my mentorship skills to the test. Now, really quick thing, I'm going to chirp Lisa before she's out here. First of all, she's like, I want to do a deal in some middle of nowhere Calgary. I don't do deals in Calgary. I don't have like people that I roll with in Calgary, really. I know a couple of agents. That's about it. So I'm starting scratch here. I'm hoping that for you guys following along with us at home, you're going to pick up some of these mentorship tips. And I would love if some of you guys actually applied what I gave Lisa every single day and you did your own deal in the next 30 days. That'd be so rad to see how many of you guys can crush some deals. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, give a thumbs up to our guest of the hour every single day, Miss Lisa Sierra. What's up?
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
I did my homework, so you guys, I hope you guys did some homework too. Okay. I gave you what the homework was on video yesterday, so let me know if anyone did it.
You're already giving homework, and you're supposed to be learning. This is amazing. You're the best guest. I'm glad that you're the guest here. Okay, so we're gonna jump right into it today. Here, I know yesterday we were a few minutes late, so we lost some time. But today we're starting right at the top of the hour. What's up, Dina? Guys, give us a quick hello when you roll in here. Dina saying, all right, all right, all right. If you don't know Dina, you should. Dina's so confident she has a picture of herself as her backdrop. It's amazing. All right. Arthur says it's awesome opportunity to learn about the Calgary market. It's great to be at. All right. So a little bit of housekeeping, and then we're jumping in. What's up, Aaron Fram? Good to see you, buddy. A little bit of housekeeping before we jump into this. So what we're going to get into today is we're going to kind of do a quick analysis with you, Lisa. I want you to understand from a return on investment, return on cash standpoint, how we're deciding what exactly a good deal is. I said yesterday that the purpose of an investor, the thesis of an investor, is to learn how to maximize ROI and ROC. That's what an investor does. An investor just doesn't look for things that are cash flow positive. We need to apply data. How much cash flow positive? So Lisa, I want to do that with you. Great. And then I think we'll need some other people here in the audience. Quick housekeeping. Again, if you guys are here, share it out with some friends. Click that share button. We are live on CashFlow Tribe community, cashflowtribe.com. Open up in a free account today. Join us on Facebook for free, CashFlow Tribe. We're also live on YouTube, CashFlow Tribe. We're also live on my personal page at Ben Mearson. Feel free to join us. Share this out. Let people know that you're a part of this community. And I just thought this would be so rad to work with Lisa. And who knows, we'll keep this party going if we can if we can get some success here. All right, before I jump in, everybody digging the yellow hat, thumbs up if you guys can hear us okay. Over to Lisa. So Lisa, give us a quick recap yesterday and homework before we jump into some analysis.
Mm-hmm. So the recap was this property is in Manning, Alberta, Northern Alberta. What interested me was I looked on realtor.ca and I looked for the oldest property, multifamily properties on the market. And then I looked for a community that was showing its projected history as growth for the next at least 5 years by Stats Canada, and then was digging into trying to get some more information on it, which I got from the realtor last night. And she gave me some very wonky rents that are being paid. that have varying month-to-month rates for single tenants. So, and she hasn't answered the questions about current vacancy rate in the area. I couldn't find anything on Google. I also did a video shout out looking for realtors, mortgage broker, and what was the other thing? And money partners. And so we were starting to look for that. Had a couple connections for just suggesting to do another video live on my own Facebook. So I'll be doing that today, right after our meeting, and giving everyone the homework.
Okay, good. So a couple things. Guys, I'm going to give you a little recap. You should be able to see my screen. Yes, 3, 2, 1, thumbs up. Cool. This is the deal we're looking at yesterday. 320th 8th Street, 8 Southeast Avenue, Manning, Alberta. By the way, I asked some people yesterday, do you know where Manning is? They're like, I don't have a clue where Manning is. There's like 5 listings on the whole marketplace. So a couple things I need from you guys right away so we can jump in here. Let's do this as a community exercise. Lisa, we need to ask the community, guys, we need an agent. We need a realtor, somebody who's in that marketplace. Just reach out, put a comment below or tag a realtor. If you're a realtor, you're on this call, you hear my voice, drop your name below. We'll bring you up. We'll need some help here evaluating. If you can jump on with Lisa and help her evaluate this deal, help us get us some comps and some data, that'd be amazing. Folks, one of the first things when we're looking for data, you can use different online resources, which is fine, but I'm going to keep pushing on this collaboration concept because I find you can get somewhere much quicker when you have collaborators and people that are experts in the field. So even though I believe that every individual should become resourceful as an investor and learn how to go and procure your own data, learn how to evaluate your own deals so that you don't become necessarily codependent on another professional, it is important that you have resources and allies so that you can get the answers sometimes quicker, more efficiently than you having to procure everything on your own. So if you're a realtor,
we got
comment. Go ahead, Lisa, tell them.
Wayne Hillier says he wants to be our realtor.
Wayne, are you here, buddy? Wayne Hillier, are you here? Yes, Wayne, let me see you. Wayne's going to be the agent. Wayne, okay, good. Lisa accepts Wayne. All right, cool. Let me jump into some dialogue. Wayne, stick around here, buddy. I'm going to probably try to shoot you over the link to get you to jump in behind the scenes with us. Get your laptop fired up, dude, and let's make it work. Look at that. You ask for a realtor and one just shows up. Pretty cool. So, yep. Lisa, first thing I want to do here, my friend, is let's go back here before we get into the realtor conversation. I want to make sure that all of us understand how we evaluate a deal. So, Lisa, it's important that you kind of push back here and give me your thesis on deal evaluation. Okay, here's your spreadsheet from yesterday. Yep. So I'm going to break down a very basic financial statement, and I want to ask you a series of questions, as any good mentor should, to understand what your resources are and what your goals are. So Lisa's resources, okay? This is the first thing all investors should do. Lisa, let's talk about, just throw some numbers at me here in terms of cash. What is available to you?
Okay, so I have a spreadsheet here in front of me, and we have lots of available credit. We have very little cash right now.
Just give me some basic numbers, Lisa. Just some basic, even if they're guesses. I just want to get a sense of it. Are we talking tens of thousands or millions of dollars? Like how much cash is it?
So I have 150K available in RSPs.
Okay, cool. Great. RSP, 150. All right, cool.
Yeah, I have a rental in a student rental in Nanaimo that is currently appraised at 800, and I have a mortgage of 416 on it and no line of credit on it.
Okay, so that one's got equity. All right, cool.
We have a principal residence balance owing 432,283, and it's appraised at 540 right now.
Okay, so all right, cool. So about 80K or less. All right, and then how much cash are you working with?
We have all of our cash pretty much tied up in another deal. So I have like 1,600 plus lots in credit, like 30,000 in credit.
Okay, credit cards, about 30K. All right.
Yeah.
What I'm going to try to do, guys, here, Lisa, I think what's important is that even though we've got some resources, we're going to try to put this deal together and really use as little of your possible resources that we can. That will actually enhance your ability as an investor. The less of your money you use, the better the investor you are. Using your money isn't about risk mitigation. A lot of new investors tend to think that if they use their own capital, the risk is less. But so is the level of financial IQ. See, being able to basically do deals with other people's capital, with other resources, credit, and other things allows you to be able to scale and do deals a lot quicker than having to try to do them with only your own resources, because you will run out. All right, cool. So now let's look at this here. So we don't really have a lot of cash to put into the deal. We have credit and resources. We'll just kind of leave that aside. What justifies a good deal to you? If you didn't have any equity in this transaction, we talked yesterday that we don't actually know if this deal, which is asking $360,000, we don't know if this deal has any equity because we don't know what the fair market value is at this moment, right? So the asking price is 360 grand. Okay, we don't know what the fair market value is. So tell me here, what determines a good deal?
What I was thinking of was just strictly cash flow.
Okay. How much cash flow? 500 bucks?
Yeah, I was thinking 500.
So let's think about this here clearly. So you're saying if we can get $500 a month of cash flow, it's a good deal. But if it has negative equity, like if it had 50,000 negative equity, would that still be a good deal for you?
No.
Why?
Sorry, is negative equity like overpaying or?
Right. So let's just say that they're asking 360, but let's just say we discover that the fair market prices are actually about 350 or 300,000. That means that we would have negative equity of 60 grand. You paid 60 grand more than what it would sell for today.
Right.
So if you paid 360 for a property that would sell for 300 or worth 300, but you made $500 a month of cash flow, would that be a good deal for you?
No.
Okay. How much?
I would want equity plus I would want cash flow.
Okay, cool. So I think for most investors, Lisa, this is a truth, is that if they can at least break even on equity or gain a little bit of equity and have positive cash flow, that's how they perceive a good quality deal.
Yeah.
The challenge with equity is that fair market doesn't take into consideration, is this a before renovation or after renovation? So what we really need to be asking ourselves is, these are the top questions. What's the condition of the property? And I do this very basically. Is it going to be an A condition? That's basically top retail. Okay. A we'll just call for retail. Okay. B is going to be sub retail. And then C is going to be a needs improvement. Okay. So that's going to be something that we can rehab and increase the value of the property. So I want to know, based on this property, we can look at the pictures pretty quickly and understand, is this thing a top-notch property in your opinion? Let me pull it up real quick for us.
She sent me some new pictures last night, and I would say it's probably a B.
It is a B property. That's what you're saying to me.
Basic finishes and like black tubs and things that are dated.
Basic fit. You say black tubs?
Mm-hmm.
Black tubs don't sound like a B. I mean, what's the condition of the properties in Calgary? Is that pretty common?
No.
Okay. So kind of, I'll use the ones we have here. I don't know if, do we have pictures in this listing? We do not have pictures in this listing. Okay. Something that I want to just kind of make you aware here, whatever the average condition of the properties in the area, we have to not over improve, but definitely not under improve.
Right.
So if every property in your town is a B, and that's just the way that the town is, maybe they're older homes, maybe they're just not an area that has a lot of new development or construction or rehabs, and everything is a B, then that B becomes the common property. We don't want to over improve because the market basically tells us that that's the standard property that people are willing to pay for. So I don't want to come in and become a market maker. I want to come in and be a market participant. So the question becomes, in this, if it's a B, is every other property a B? Or is it an A? Or is this a B and everything else is an A? Like, is this a new development neighborhood that has a whole bunch of new builds and new properties and they're all rehabbed? we would know this typically by, we could go to the MLS like we did yesterday. So let's just go to the MLS real quick.
Okay.
Want to make sure. By the way, guys, sorry for this screen share. It definitely takes Lisa like an extra second to do this screen share thing properly. So we'll try to be concise with this thing here. Let me see here real quick. MLS 321. Here we go. All right, cool. So on the MLS, we can basically browse these deals, which I have them open on a separate tab. This looks like a B minus. This one here, this other one, which I have on a separate tab that you guys can't see, also looks like a B minus. This one here, maybe a B. So it seems as though there's not a whole lot of like fully renovated homes in the area. So all of these properties that we're looking at, frankly, are probably in that B category to begin with. And that's fine. So we, again, don't want to spend more money to improve, because the market doesn't necessarily pay us for over improving a property unless that's what the expectation is. So in a marketplace where everything is renovated, then we want to renovate. In a marketplace where nothing is renovated, my opinion is this: if we provide a little bit better product, so if everybody has a Formica countertop, you have a new Formica or something else that's a little bit nicer than Formica. If everybody else has basic cabinetry, you have a little bit nicer. If everybody has, you know, a 9 mil laminate, you have 12 mil laminate. The trick for me is people will compare home by home, property by property, compared to what else is on the marketplace. So if it has this, then you go up a degree. Does that make sense? So if everything is a B, we want to renovate to a B plus.
Right.
Do I want to be putting in granite and brand new sidings and brand new everything in a property in an area where everything else is a B? Probably not. I won't get paid for it. People do this and they over improve all the time. So we don't want to over improve. So let's kind of get back to our spreadsheet here, and we can keep this convo going here.
Okay.
All right. By the way, give Lisa some thumbs up if you're in the comments. Dale Coffin's in the house. What's up, Dale? Okay, we got some people here.
Up.
All right, giving some love to Lisa. Share screen. Okay, cool. I will find a faster way to do this screen share thing, because we only got half an hour a day. All right, cool. So we're going to call the condition of this thing probably a B. Is that right? All right, cool. So we'll do that. Boom. Okay, cool. I'm good on that piece. So we're probably not going to be spending a whole bunch of money on the renovation side and trying to increase it by increasing the value. So we're not going to be able to gain a whole bunch of equity, I don't believe, by doing a full rehab on this deal, because the other ones aren't fully rehabbed.
Yeah.
Not likely. Okay, cool. So we're probably going to keep the condition of the property where it is. So here's what that tells us, Lise. We can't afford to buy this thing at market value or more than market value, because we don't have any ways of renovating the property and increasing the value drastically enough to compensate for the fact that we overpaid. Make sense?
Yep. Okay,
cool. So kind of, let me stop here for a second. Is any of this not clear?
No. So we're saying that if we purchased it at close to market or close to what they're asking, there'd be no money on that side of the deal. And everything, if you were to buy this, everything you would have as levers would be around rent rates and any improvements you made to make it more attractive in the marketplace. And third would be like utilities, things like that.
Very good. Very good insight. I think you're accurate on a lot of that. So you're right. If we don't have the ability to increase the value because the properties in the area it's not conducive to a fix and flip kind of scenario, then we're pretty much playing the appreciation game here. We're playing the positive cash flow game here. So the big looming question for me then becomes, what is the return on cash? Not the return on investment. ROI is kind of a tricky metric, because if we buy something, let's just say it's going to cost us, let me see if we can get some numbers down here. Let's just say we buy $1 million property, and then we're going to generate, $500 per month. That's going to be 500 times 12. We got $6,000 of cash. If I take a return on investment, 6,000 divided by $1 million is a pretty low percentage, right? It's not even 1% here. But if we get the deal for, $300K, and it's the same $6,000, right? Then when we took the return on investment, it makes it a little bit more interesting. So my job is to go from a return on investment to a return on cash. If we paid full price for this, by the way, in cash, the return on cash and the return on investment would be the same number. What we want to do, our biggest point here in real estate that I want to drive home is the fact that we can leverage this thing. So we want to put down the least amount of money possible so that we can increase the return. Like if we buy this deal and it's 360 grand, right? I'm going to go back to our previous numbers here. So 360,000, and let's just say you got $6,000 and you paid cash for this thing, you're getting a 1.67% return. But if we go ahead and we put 20% down, okay, which is 72 grand at the same exact cash flow, all right, watch how much more we actually make. Our job as investors, I have to hit this point one more time. Our job as investors, Lisa, is we have to maximize the return on cash. We have to. There's no way around it. If you use your own cash, you're taking a lower amount than you deserve. Now, here's where it gets super awesome. If you and I can go ahead and do this deal and we minimize our cash to like $5 grand.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And basically we pay the down payment, some expenses, etc. And, you know, we can go ahead and make that because we raise all the other funding. Well, then we've got a super attractive 120% return on cash. That is a formula that you can multiply over and over and over again. And this is what I've done over my whole like investing career. So we have to find a way, number one, not to put any more than 20% down. And number two, even that 20%, we can raise that. And the way we do that is with creative finance. Let's find some people in our world, in the audience, people that we know, people that we can get access to who are professional or part-time investors, and we want to cut them into the deal.
Okay.
And I think I've said this to you before, but just it's worth repeating. A quarter of a watermelon over here is actually far greater than 100% of a grape.
Yeah.
Does this make sense? I would rather you own a percentage of this deal, let's say 30%, 50% of this deal with none of your skin in the game, than own 100% of this deal with all of your money in this game.
Right.
I know there's massive fears around there for a lot of people. Do you have fears around that?
Yeah.
Tell me the fears, because this is what trips a lot of people up here. Tell me the fears so I can understand them. Let me stop the share for a second.
Okay. So I would say one fear is how do I structure a deal that is attractive to someone else?
Okay.
And how do you shift it from it's they're making an investment rather than you're asking for money. So it's not like you're asking for a favor. And so what makes it attractive to them?
Okay.
And then just even like starting that conversation.
Okay, good. I'm actually writing these in the comments so that we all have all these in here. Okay, cool. So the first fear is investment versus favor, and then how to structure the deal. These are great. These are so good. Okay, cool. So let's jump into the first one. This is the psychology of buying real estate, and which is why we really, really need to take this approach very seriously. And we only have a few minutes here, so we're gonna get back to real estate here. We won't get into too much teaching today, but I'm going to give you the basic answer, and I just need you to believe me that this is truth. Can we get this? Can we get a belief here that whatever I tell you is truth because I've done it and I believe it and I wouldn't lead you astray? Is that fair?
Yep.
Thumbs up. Okay. Number one, structuring a deal is about understanding what the other party wants. So there are people that they're not here to become active investors. They don't want to do the work. And Lisa, they never want to be on this call with me. They don't want to be in this world. This is not what excites them. What excites them or what keeps them up at night, we got to look at fear. We got to look at the negative side or the positive side. Yep. Do you know how many people are just so afraid of losing their money to inflation? Mm-hmm. Do you know how many people have made money in equity and cash? They've made money in their jobs and their pension, their RSPs. And their greatest concern or what keeps them up at night is the fact that inflation is 8, 9, 10%, whatever it's quoted at. And that's eating away, eroding at their cash. Their reasoning for getting into a deal with you isn't because they're excited about real estate. It's because they're fearful of losing what they've built. Mm-hmm. We have to change the context of how we approach people. So it's like, there's no favors. Nobody in real estate does a deal because it's a favor. Nobody's doing it because they like you. They're doing it because they win. They have to have some material benefit, some need, something that you're satisfying. This is business like any other business. You have to understand why they would even be interested in the first place. So we have people that don't want to lose. Great. Those are great people. Those to me are the kind of private investors that I love working with. It's people where you have a business, Lisa, you have an opportunity to buy a property, and your business, your opportunity helps them fight this inflationary problem that they have, not you. They have a problem, right? They have a problem because they have money sitting out there that's bleeding away. And they're like, what am I doing with this money? It has to have a home. Money needs a home for it to stabilize and to grow. Money cannot hide under your bed sheets. It won't preserve. It'll just erode away. Okay. So you have to put that in your mind right now. That's exactly what you're doing when you help people put their money in a deal, is if it wasn't for your deal, then their money has no confidence. Their money is hiding scared. Their money is eroding quickly. Okay. You didn't create this situation, by the way. You're here to provide a solution. It's as simple as that. That's piece number one. It has to be a win-win. Number two, how to structure a deal, and we'll get into paperwork. It's very basic. You have to understand what they need in order to justify putting their money with you versus everybody else or any other solution out there. Okay. There's two things in real estate we have to look at: the risk and the return. Those are the two factors. That's the only thing we need to talk about with an investor: the risk and the return. What they want to know is, number one, that their money is safe. The people that will partner with you, the first thing they're really concerned about it is, my money safe. Lisa, if somebody partners with you on this deal and you manage the deal, you buy the deal well and get some equity, you've got positive cash flow in the deal, is it safer than them putting their money in the stock market or them putting their money in some other investment? Yes. Is it safer than putting it in a mutual fund that they don't have a clue what's in it? I would argue it's absolutely safer putting your money in real estate. And one of the reasons real estate is so strong, and it has been for our history, it's one of the best inflationary hedges there is. It's the best place to park your capital. When people are scared, money goes to real estate. You are not creating this phenomenon. It already exists. That's number one. Number two, what is it going to cost them to borrow the money? And then how much on top of that do they need to make to justify doing a deal with you? So, for example, a passive investor who borrows money from their home, let's say they can get a line of credit on their house at 4%. If they can get a line of credit at 4% and you can offer them 8%, they're making what's called a 4% spread. They're making 4% on their money every single year by just leaving it with you, right? That seems like a pretty good deal. They put 100 grand in, they're going to net $4,000 a year before taxes. That's a pretty good deal. Not only is their money protected, they're also making enough to go on a trip once a year. To other people who are, as they become more and more active investors, as their expectations are higher, then they either want a bigger spread or their cost of funds is higher, or both. So for example, like people who are active investors can borrow money at 8%, 9%, and 10%. They want to generate 20% because they want to make a 10% spread. So we have to first look at, what's the primary driver here? If it's to preserve the cash and we're fighting an inflationary problem, then there's plenty of people who have money in RSPs making them zip or next to zero. There's people with money in equity making them next to nothing. There's people who have cash. So we have to understand the source of the capital so that we can understand what the best kind of deal is. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So we just need to put it out there. We literally need to put it out there and go, cool. I have the deal, and I'm willing to bring in investor partners. How we do that, how we structure, whether it's on the front end or the back end, will depend on what the source is. Like if the money has to come from RSPs, then it has to be registered on title, and you have to you can partner with somebody. They can give you the loan basically from their RSP, which, folks at home, if you don't know this and you have RSPs, reach out to us today. Reach out to Lisa, because you can buy a piece of real estate. You can become a lender. It's called a self-directed account. And you can do this actually within 30 days. You can take your RSP money, even if it's in another institution or stocks, or if it's vested, you can take it and convert it over to a self-directed account, and you can do arm's length mortgages. You could give Lisa a mortgage and you could become a lender. So I find that RSPs, Lisa, because the cost of funds for RSP is basically zero. That money is in RSP regardless. It doesn't
Yep.
cost you anything to keep it there. You have to park that money anyways, right? So it's so much more valuable. So if anybody has RSPs, reach out to Lisa. That's going to be probably your cheapest cost of funds in this deal. Okay.
Yeah.
If anybody has cash, we'll call that the second least expensive, because cash doesn't cost them anything today, but it costs them every year as inflation goes up. Okay.
Right.
And then if anybody has credit, second or third most expensive, depending on the cost of their credit, they want to make a spread. So what you and I are going to do in the time that we have left is we're going to, first of all, figure out what is the most we can afford to offer somebody as an investment partner for them coming into this deal. Let's assume that they're going to bring in the closing costs, and we're going to get a mortgage on this thing. What is the most that we can offer them that gives them a win and also gives you a win, because it reduces your input. And again, if it reduces your input, it increases drastically your return on investment.
Yep.
I know I went through that super quick, but tell me how you're feeling. Tell me where your mind is at after all that dialogue.
That makes a lot of sense. I think I just need to figure out, like, I don't understand the math between how do we figure out what makes it attractive for them, or what amount piece I could offer them.
Okay, so here's the homework, because I know we're going to keep this thing at a half an hour per day. I don't want to teach the whole time. We're going to actually get it done, Lisa. We're going to get this deal, girl. Okay, right. I love math too. Somebody said, I love math. I love math too. Math is easy. Math is your friend. Math will help you fight the limiting beliefs, Darcy. For those of you that are so concerned and fearful and doubtful, your answer is math, literally. Math has the answer. Math is what's going to help you overcome your challenges, because you're not asking for favors. Lisa, nobody's going to do you a favor. They're going to do a deal. You got to instantly shift your mind to go from favor to deal, favor to deal. If it's not a win-win, don't even ask them. If you don't know how to present the deal, don't even bring it up to them. We got to go into every conversation with, I have a deal. I have an opportunity for you to fight inflation. I have an opportunity for you to put your money to work. You know, I have an opportunity for you to preserve what you've built and also make a little bit on top. Amen. That's what we need to have, is that attitude. If we have that attitude, then we can go ahead and get some JV partners. But it's all about your personal level of, if you don't have confidence because you haven't done it, then you at least have to have conviction. Yeah. Conviction is, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to be on top of it, and I'm going to take it seriously. Yep. Does that make sense?
Ready to go.
Okay, so here's the homework, what we need to do. By the way, we need an agent. I think tomorrow we have somebody already. Actually, we're going to pull some comps here. Actually, is he here right now? We're not going to go too long here, but I believe our friend is here in the audience. If you are, give us a quick shout out.
I can get in touch with him tonight and see if he can be on tomorrow.
Let's bring him on tomorrow, and let's see, just ask him real quick to bring some comparables for this property. Guys, one other thing we want to do, Lisa, is I don't want to just look at one deal over 30 days. That's not going to give us a high enough batting average. We need to look at way more deals. So what I'd like to do is tomorrow, we need to crank through a bunch of different properties and evaluate them and make some offers. So if our good friend here can bring us some active listings, if not, we'll be pulling it on the MLS. We're going to do some quick evaluations, and we need to get into offer writing mode ASAP. We're not going to wait a whole week to start writing offers. We need to do it now. So, guys, if you're listening to Lisa's voice and you hear us and you have money in RSPs, please comment below. Let us know. If you have money in cash or equity, you want to put it to work, please let us know. If you're a private lender and you want to do a deal with Lisa live on air with us here at CashFlow Tribe, please let us know. If you're a broker, realtor, and you want to participate and be on this call live, please let us know. You will have an opportunity to step up, to serve Lisa, and to do the thing that we all claim we do, which is serve, help, grow, impact. So, guys, if you're here, step up. Let's make it happen. Let's help Lisa get her very, very first or next deal, because we already have a deal. Get her next deal and help her crush this. And if you're following along, I hope today was valuable. We'll be back tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern time with Lisa for half an hour, and we're going to get this deal done. I think we'll do it.
Yep.
Lisa, I think we'll do it. We're off to a good start. We've already got 2 days in the books. We only have 28 more days. And this will fly by for all of us here. Everybody give Lisa some love. Lisa, any last piece of advice for everybody while we roll out of here?
I think everybody should be doing the homework too. And if you find a deal that you think we should look at, I think you should send it to us tomorrow in the chat. and maybe it's one that we'll take a look at tomorrow.
So tomorrow, maybe we'll evaluate some deals live with you, Lisa. How's that? Is that cool?
Yep.
We'll make sure we get some evaluations on the board. We're making offers, and we're figuring out the money. Guys, we're figuring out the money, the offers, and the mindset all at the same time. If anything, I hope you realize that I promise you it's fun. This is not that hard. This is a fun business to do as long as you keep it light. You think through some of these challenges. And if you have a mentor, it helps just keep you focused and dialed in. So everybody have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow at 2:30. Lisa, let's rock and roll. We'll
Thanks,
see you
Ben.
guys tomorrow.
Thanks, everyone.